Hi everybody, welcome back to my another video. Yesterday I have uploaded a video that talks about quarantine hotel tour and how do I feel about quarantine. And today I decided to make another video that talks about how to be motivated during quarantine. I know since this epidemic situations has gone a little bit beyond our imagination. Before, we would never imagine that we were stuck in the house or stuck in a room. I completely feel you. The simple fact is we are stuck, and sometimes we could feel depression, frustration, and boredom. But you know what? Time flies by every day, like we never notice how fast it goes. We cannot waste any time. Under the circumstances like I am now, it's really easy to give up on yourself and lack of discipline. And you don't know what you're doing every day. Maybe laying on the bed, this big bed behind me. It's the biggest furniture in this hotel. So, many of us might spending time laying on the bed, spending half of the day scrolling through your social accounts, watching television shows on the TV, on the phone, whatever we're doing to kill our time. But 14 days quarantine. We gotta do something and be productive and keep ourselves from being lazy and keep our self-discipline. So today I'm gonna share my experience on how to keep motivated during quarantine, and I hope that many of you who are under quarantine like me can gain some value from this video. But before that, I want you to click the little button down there to subscribe my channel. It means so much if you can support me, because I will continue to bring great contents for you guys. Okay, so let's get started. So the very first thing to keep motivated is to wake up at a certain time in the morning to have your breakfast. For me, I don't set alarms because I'm not a deep sleeper. Usually they will knock at the door and notify you that there's a breakfast, So I usually would get up immediately to get my breakfast back in the room, placed on the table. Because I tell myself that, and you should know too, and this breakfast, everything that they bring actually is the bill that you pay for this hotel. So get your breakfast back to the table before it gets cold and hard. Usually they will bring some bread, congee, noodles sometimes, many kinds of stuffs. You don't want to get them wasted. So just get up and bring your breakfast and don't go back to bed. And what do? I change. I change like I do now, because I feel like putting on pajamas the whole day is like you feeling any time that you could be ready to go back to bed. And things number 2 is to wash up and to have a warm breakfast. I know washing up is very simple and automatic thing in our normal lives. I trust many people who are in this situation like me. They don't even wash their face, they don't change, they don't have breakfast, they skip any meals of the day. But trust me, it's not like I'm saying you're dirty and you're not healthy. It just means that you're trying to keep your healthy routine, even though that you don't have to go out and you probably didn't think of anything to do for the day, but you definitely want to feel mentally ready to do whatever you're planning to do for the rest of the day, right? Things number 3 is to think. There are many things in my life that I feel like I never really have a chance to do because I always caught up with something. So this quarantine is really the perfect time for me to be alone and to do the things and pick up some interest that I really truly passionate about before. Some of you might have been thinking about pick up an online course or learn a new skill. For example, like me, I'm learning how to do video. Some people learn how to take a good photos with the cameras, and some people want to learn new interests like sketching, video, guitar, anything. I mean, you can order anything online and it's delivered at the door. Think about what you want to do and start doing it. But don't tell me that you want to do sports. I mean, obviously there are some limitations that you cannot accomplish in this room. In addition to learning how to make video, I also learned how to make up, I never had the patience to learn how to draw an eyeliner or how to put eyelashes, but I managed to do it. I mean, I have more patience than ever to do things like this because nobody is rushing me to do anything at this time. I can remain unbothered for 24 hours. The only distractions would be your phone, right? And social media. I mean, nowadays it's crazy. Number 4, spend time reading. I remember I used to read a lot when I was a student, but after I started working, I spend less and less time reading, which I don't think is a good thing. It's just because the time that we spend on reading nowadays, we spend on social media, we spend on internet, that doing something that actually bring no benefits to our lives. I mean, it's not a bad thing that you spend time to trying to relax, but we spend way too much to do things that actually brings no rewards, right? So this is the time that we keep our discipline is to keep reading, to read some books that you always wanted to read, or read some books that can keep you interested in reading for 2 and 3 hours. That's what I'm trying to do every day. So plus a few months ago I have brought a Kindle, which is very good for me because I realized that I can put away my phone and start reading without any distractions. Oh, by the way, when is your last time trying to read? Just so grab your book, whatever, grab newspaper, grab your Kindle, online, just go read. Things number 5 that I do during my quarantine is writing diaries. I find out writing diaries actually is a good vent out for me to express all my negative feelings and everything. Don't just think. I mean, I write down because it's a very great memory. It's also a great way to express all your unhappiness. I think a lot. I mean, I do admit that I think a lot. That's why I decided to write down. Sometimes maybe the reflection of life, the reflection of something, and sometimes it's about the plan, about the future. I mean, everything, every bit of everything. I believe in many years or many days after, when I look back those diaries and the time in my quarantine, I will feel, I have accomplished something. At least I have marked down something that I will never forget. If you are as sensitive as me, I mean, I recommend you to do diaries writing as well. Plus, we are always surrounded by people. We can find companions easily, but it's really rare that you can find a long time that you remain unbothered and be friends with yourself, right? And then after the whole day almost finished, it's dinner time, I would put down everything and start to relax. I mean, I always think self-discipline doesn't mean that you have to do something all the time and be productive all the time. You need to reach a balance between relaxation and to produce something useful for yourself. Yeah, so at dinner time, I would turn on the TV and try to relax, watch a movie. But usually I don't choose TV dramas because I just know myself. Once I devoured in some kind of drama, I will never get out of it until I finished it. No matter it's midnight, no matter what hours I'm in, I just don't watch it in order to keep me motivated the next day. I mean, it's really feeling terrible if I don't finish them and I keep thinking about, okay, what's going to happen in the next episodes. So in order not to do that, I would choose movies because it's maximum 2 hours. And then I would take a hot bath and maybe I would look at social media and talking with my friends and families. And that's for the day. But one last thing is I would usually sleep before 12 or maximum 12:30 to ensure that I wake up the next day to have breakfast. I don't feel sleepy and ruin my day. Yeah, that's pretty of much everything. I hope that you gain some information and gain some value from my video, and I will be very happy. And don't forget to subscribe. Leave your comments below. Tell me what do you do in your quarantine, whatever kind of quarantine, and what do you do to kill your time. Just let me know, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao ciao.